Since the pandemic started, there have been many ideas of what COVID-19 is. Some say it's an engineered virus, others say it's not real, or that it's just the flu. Well, why do people think that COVID is like the flu? If they really are the same, was all this just because some person really did not want to take a flu shot? Well, let's find out. So, there are many misconceptions about COVID. I already mentioned some of them, and that's all well and good. But why do people think that? Today, we'll be focused on why people would mistake COVID and the flu. Well, for starters, they're both viruses. They cause people to feel sick and have breathing problems, but what else is there besides these facts?
There are many similarities between the two viruses. According to the CDC, both COVID-19 and the flu have very similar signs and symptoms that are shown because of these viruses. Some common symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath, runny nose, body aches, and fatigue. On a molecular level, they do enter the body similarly. They both spread when particles containing the virus are released into the air when someone with COVID or the flu talks, coughs, or sneezes. If these particles come into contact with your mouth or nose, the virus can enter your body. Both of these viruses enter your cells by using their spike proteins to attach to a receptor, allowing it to enter your cell. The virus then replicates and eventually overwhelms the body, causing the symptoms that we are all familiar with. The similarities of the viruses don't mean that they are the same. It just means that they share characteristics, but even then, their differences are so profound.
Because of similar symptoms, it may be difficult to tell the difference between viruses. One major difference is the loss of taste and smell. One way to tell the difference is to get tested. While COVID-19 and the flu spread in similar ways, COVID-19 is generally more contagious. According to the American Society of Microbiology, the flu is an 8 single-stranded negative sense virus, whereas COVID has a single-stranded non-segmented positive sense genome. The COVID molecule itself is covered in spike proteins, while the flu contains surface proteins. Due to their different structures, COVID-19 is more contagious and attacks the respiratory system quicker compared to the flu. While the flu primarily affects the respiratory system, a severe COVID infection can result in multi-organ failures. Also, COVID-19 has been observed to have more super spreading events than the flu, meaning that COVID-19 can quickly and easily spread to more people and result in continual spreading as time progresses.
Based on data provided in 2020, there was 8,786 flu-related deaths in the U.S. In contrast, COVID-related deaths reached over 385,000 people, which is almost 44 times greater. CDC statistics also say that the incubation time for the flu is 1 to 4 days compared to COVID being 1 to 14 days. The data shows how deadly COVID can affect the human body and immune system drastically. Another finding is how hospitalization rates should be considered. The flu hospitalization rate is 2% compared to 19% for COVID. Due to this, it is important to know the difference between both viruses. On February 11th of 2021, Stephen Keisler, a researcher in the Department of Immunology and Infectious Disease at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, noticed that the sharp drop in flu cases was probably driven by the mask and distancing rather than vaccines. Keisler suggested that wearing masks in the future could be an effective way to control flu outbreaks. This shows that wearing a mask prevents the spread of COVID, but also other dangerous diseases.
While the world is slowly returning to normal, that doesn't mean we should let our guards down. COVID sucks, but so does the flu, even if it's not as bad. Even though the flu is not as deadly as COVID, it should still be taken seriously, and with the use of masks, we can continue to see a decrease in flu cases next year. No one wants to get sick, COVID or not, so let's all do our best to make sure we are safe. Let's do our research, stay informed, follow COVID guidelines, and just any prevention procedures in general. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have a nice day.